Okay.
So they both left. I changed the microphone, so now I'm getting a green. See if they can see it's,
Okay.
the audio thing is now green.
So he's back.
So I'm not the host. I'm not getting the notices to let them in anymore.
All right, I got him.
Oh, wait, no, here it is.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Got,
I don't.
okay,
Maybe it was my laptop.
all right. And the other gentleman?
Yep, I just submitted them, so should be here. Matt, are you there?
I am actually, hold on a second.
Here he comes.
Yeah,
Okay, so you can hear
Okay, all right. Sorry about the AI stuff there. Recognition of visitors, Corey Joy, Pocket Lane easement. Corey, you got the floor. We're all ears. Can you hear us?
Yeah, no, I can hear you. I guess last I knew, you guys were gonna talk about everything and reach out to the town attorney or something. So I guess I'm waiting to
Well,
hear
we
what you guys
yeah, we reached
found
out
out.
to the attorney, we reached out to the attorney and the attorney said, specifically show us, where you think the town is not correct or what information that you have. And I guess I'm a little confused over it too. Are you saying, you don't want the town to take care of the water system down there?
No.
What-
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that at all. I mean, ever since I bought our house a few years ago, we've just been trying to figure out what this meant in our deed. And we've finally um, had our property surveyed based on older surveys just to see where the last 300 feet to the actual water, which is basically like the end of that strip that runs from Route 2 to the water, because it's a lake access. And so we had that surveyed to see where that lined up, because the property there, Smirnoff, we've talked to him and he thought the right of way was like in the trees and not the driveway. And we've just been trying to figure out if we actually had any or not. And it's just been this long thing. And then I found out about the water line being put in and easements being done up. So it was more of a, has it anything come up about our property and the deed, if anything,
Well,
ever really came up, because we were just, again, we're just trying to piece it all
Yep.
together.
I was not at that first meeting that I believe you, did you come to one of the meetings? I can't.
Yeah, back in
July, and I'm not sure if I was there at that meeting or not. However, the board did accept the water line down there to be able to do maintenance and stuff on it. My
Mhm.
understanding, the water line was put in quite some time ago. You guys were the ones that signed off.
Yeah, so we had, Kevin was part of the
Yeah, I
project.
think it
oversight.
was 22.
Yeah, 22. And you came up with easements of all the folks
We,
around.
we actually got the easements from all 6 members of the road there, including the owner of the right of way.
Yep.
And that happens to be Mr. DiTilio that owns the right of way. And it's clearly marked in his deed that the right of way, and I've got a copy of it tonight if you'd like to see it,
Okay, yeah, that would be
is,
awesome.
it's clearly Ken DiTilio's right of way, so. I've highlighted the area that it's,
Okay. So I'll read this.
I've
It
read
probably
it many times, but
It
you guys
probably-
can.
Yeah.
For our edification, yeah.
Yep.
It's, out of context, so therefore, I'm not sure how useful, but it says said parcel A includes a 15-foot right-of-way extending northwesterly from US Route 2. A portion of said right-of-ways is shown on the above mentioned survey. Said right-of-way is subject to the rights of others and Joseph E. Paquette and Beverly C. Paquette. The right to continue using said right-of-way, said 15-foot is conveyed in fee simple, subject to other parties' use. And this is Mr. DiTilio's, okay, so, so I guess for us, you know, we've been given the paperwork, we've accepted it. It's not really the water board's job to go out there and do legal research on something that doesn't appear that we need. So I think if you feel strongly about this, I would suggest you, A, need to get an attorney, and B, the attorney would have to give to us what he thinks the town should be doing that it's not doing now with taking over the water line. Now, specifically, if it's something easement wise or whatever that has to do with your deed that doesn't have anything to do with us, with us taking that over, I think that sort of goes to what part of the town would that go to? I don't think that's the water department.
If he is talking about just the road between, Paquette Corner and Smirnoff's driveway,
Yes.
the water line is on the opposite side of the road. So it doesn't even touch
Oh,
Vladimir's, Smirnoff's property, and he already has water from the neighbors.
so is that what you're talking about or not talking about?
So, I mean, for us, this whole time, we've just been trying to understand if we owned anything or had a right of way or not. And Vladimir had hired an attorney basically stating that we had, um, yeah, so I mean, I'm not like trying to fight the fact that there was the water line put in or anything. Really, I just emailed the water board to just ask if anything ever came up. And then this is, it came to a water board meeting, and not much was ever really talked about other than my emails that the other members read. Um, and then just them stating that they're going to reach out to their attorney. So I was just trying to figure out if anything was ever said or not, and if not, that's fine. I'm not, we have
So
our.
what did your attorney say? Do you
We're
own that
still, yeah.
collectively with Detilio?
We just got an attorney last month, so they're still looking into it. So this is all kind of happened at the same time. So.
Yeah,
But no,
Okay.
I think if we'll go with our attorney and just see what they end up saying, and just go from there, basically.
yeah, if your attorney comes up with something, I think that would be a starting point of what we would need to look at,
Sure.
so.
Yeah. No,
Um,
I'm. That's totally fine. I wasn't. It was more of a if anything ever came up, we're just trying to piece things together since we just bought the property a few years ago. So.
Yep, yep, and um, so you, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you purchased
2022. We actually, I think it was
22.
in
Oh,
June 1st. I
okay.
think it was when the water line was put in. Actually, like that
Yeah.
month or.
Well, welcome to the community, even though late.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if there's something specific we can address. But from what I'm seeing, these folks here, where the line goes, they signed off on their easements. And then with what I'm reading here, yeah,
I think,
Good.
yeah, we're all good. I was, I
Okay.
was just more curious if anything ever came up. Like I said, but yeah,
And that's your access to the lake? Is that what it is?
I mean, yeah, that's based on our deed. It stated that we have, that Pocket Lane was part of Lot 1 and Pocket Lane is how it was stated in our deed. Um, so it's just, I know it's been subdivided in different properties, so like over the years, and I've read many deeds and whatnot. So, I mean, we were just trying to piece it together, and figure it out. So, and I saw about the water line being put in, and then recently, something came up with, um, the easements, and it was more of a, okay, if some reason we find out that we did own said portion, if that would affect anything, or if you would need a easement from us. But again, I'm still working with our lawyers, so I don't,
Okay,
yeah.
well, let us know and
Yeah.
how we can be helpful on that. It's kind of hard for us to go in and give you legal advice.
Sure, yeah, I
Which
mean,
sort of sounds like what you're asking for, and yeah, we can't do that. But we can respond to something that your attorney comes in with,
okay, sounds great.
so. All right,
Yep,
thank you.
yep.
Appreciate
have a
it.
good time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Anything else? Is there others?
Other than that, deed just goes back to 1983, all the way back to 1983. You can follow it through all the transfers that it's a,
And this is referring to the road
the right of way
that overlies the,
bucket lane.
which is what you guys deeded over to us, you gave us the ability to just, you gave us the easement, you didn't give us the property, you just gave
Right,
us the
state easements,
easement.
which,
Yeah.
we all own down through there.
Okay,
I haven't seen anything on any maps that his property touches any of Pocket Lane.
Yeah.
So.
I haven't. Oh, okay,
Okay,
thank you,
thank you.
appreciate it, everyone.
That's what his attorney says.
Any other questions, gentlemen, on the Pocket Lane easements? No? Nope. Okay, moving on, John Scattell.
Yes.
What do you have, John?
Well, I have a property at 5944 US Route 2.
Okay.
The water line was put in 97. From the road into the house. The existing property at that time had a garage bunk room. That was the first building on the property. It was built in 1922, and that had a lake water system. When they built the house in 1944, the lake water system was extended through the lawn as a seasonal line to the house. In 1997, we put town water into the house. And utilized that temporary, that seasonal line to feed the gardens and the bunkhouse. Bunkhouse has since become a 2-bedroom cottage.
Okay.
Permitted, everything. And we just kept utilizing that line. What I'd like to do now is upgrade that line and tee into the main water line coming to the house. It's about 600 feet from the road. And put in 2 curb stops and feed the cottage
Separately.
Feed the cottage off of the main line from the road.
Yeah.
It's basically an upgrade to the system.
Okay, and you're here to ask how much additional we're gonna charge you, or are we already charging you for the bunk?
You're not, so, and I understand that, that was in hindsight, it should have been at some point, but,
Yeah.
But, and I understand that there'll be a charge for that, a yearly charge, that's fine. I just didn't see any application system to do this work, so that's why
Well, I think the
Asking.
first one is to get the regular application from the office. Because,
Like a new water.
cause you're asking for a new ERU separate. Is this gonna be spun off sometime in the future?
No, the property, is in a family trust now, so it's not
Mhm.
gonna be, the intent, we don't intend to subdivide this at all.
Okay, and is this seasonal? This,
It
yeah.
is seasonal now. We open it in May and close it in September
And that's for the bunkhouse,
for
and your house goes,
our house is year round.
all right, and it's a 2-bedroom.
The bunkhouse, the cottage is 2 bedroom.
It's 2 bedrooms. Yeah. Guys,
Well, I don't see the lot layout, but you said it's
Well,
in the
I
family
can-
process here.
I can show it to you.
Okay, oh, it's in the packet,
Yeah.
I say, sorry.
It sounds to me as though this is basically an ADU, it's an accessory dwelling unit.
Yes,
The only thing that makes this a little different is if you're not gonna go from your house to it with the service. That requires another backflow device.
oh, yes, that's all of that's understood. Because I'm tapping in on the town side of my existing backflow preventer.
Correct.
So when I go into the new house, it'll have a new double check backflow preventer and pressure reducing valve. So this is the house. This is the cottage, right? The old pump station was here from the lake water system. Came up to the house, up to the cottage and fed the house. The new line comes in here that was put in 97. And we went to the house and we just fed, there's a hydrant where the garden is, and we fed the existing cottage. What I want to do now is tee in here.
off
But
from the town lines.
Actually, this is my line, I
This
think.
is,
That's your line.
Yeah, so the curb stop is out here.
Okay.
He wants to cut into the line.
I want to cut
his
into
private
my line.
Into the house and tee off and go to another dwelling.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, I want to tee in here, curb stop here, and come in. I have a stub out of the cottage that's already there.
How big is the whole parcel?
It's just under 4 acres. Theoretically, I could go for a variance for just subdivided, but that's not an intention at all. Like I said, the whole property is put into a family trust. So,
But my question would be, if the property got sold and somebody else bought it and wanted to subdivide it. You would want to have a separate curb
But-
stop down the road so you could be able to shut off
at
the other.
that
other
point, they
tenant.
would have to put in their own line. Yeah, so.
that's true. The other alternative is to say, well, then you'll just have to feed it from your house instead. But it all comes down to it's an ADU and we can only deal with what we have now. It's all one property.
Is
Normally for an ADU.
it an ADU? It was built before the ADUs came
Yes.
around, so it's not an ADU, is it?
Well,
I mean,
this was put in before that happened, but the cottage, we built the cottage and we upgraded the
Yeah.
bunk room to a cottage in 2014. And we had a permit and everything for that.
And what's the source of water to it now?
It comes from the house. Through the old system, which is
Which is
basically
backfed through.
most of it's lying on the ground,
Oh,
on top of the ground. And it's an old galvanized line, so I want to upgrade that line.
so if it was a 2-bedroom house, it would be charged 1 ERU.
It would. What do the tax people call it?
What is that?
What do the assessors call it? Is it an ADU or is it a separate dwelling?
I don't think they have a designation for ADU, do they?
I don't think so. I think it's an auxiliary dwelling.
Yeah.
But it's a grandfathered auxiliary dwelling.
My only concern is if we allow him to cut into his existing line and put in another backflow device, we're gonna have to upgrade our inventory with the state because we're putting in backflow device, even though it's after our curb stop, we're responsible for making sure there's no cross connections possible. And normally, we would have him feed this after the single anti-backflow device that he already has in his house. And what would prevent you from just replacing
Well-
a 3/4 inch line in the same place with a 1 inch line?
Well, it's 300 feet of line and it goes through my gardens and lawn and it's all ledge. So this section here, I know I can get down 4 feet. So I can get down 4 feet and then insulate it.
Yep.
This line here, this section here is actually sitting on top of the ground. It's been that way since 1922.
Does it have its own septic system now?
Yes,
It does.
yes.
It's already in.
So, but my understanding is there's a line like this going into the house.
Yep.
There's a backflow here.
Yep.
This is coming from the town. He just wants to tee off from here and then there's a backflow going into the house. How does that break state rules?
Well, we have that updated inventory we have to have, and everything that connects to our system that has a backflow device on it has to be recorded.
Okay, but it's legal.
Absolutely.
Okay, I thought you were
I'm
saying
just-
it wasn't legal or
I'm
something.
just saying, my recommendation here would be to charge him 0.33 ERU on top of what he's paying now and call it good.
And that's not a problem with me.
It, and, yeah, I don't have a problem with that as long as there's the stipulation that, if you go year round with that,
You would have to increase that ER.
yeah,
And that, that's not the intent now, but, we're approaching 80. And at some point, if we can't maintain the whole property, one of my kids will probably move into the house and we may move into there full time. But at that point, we can reevaluate that.
so I would say put a letter in the file. So if there's any changes. Are we good? I see us.
Make sure you've coordinated with Kevin or.
I have,
Yeah,
Kevin's
okay.
been out, looked at it. I showed him where the curb stop was, I've remarked the curb stop. He was gonna exercise the curb stop, make sure it was functioning.
Okay.
And make sure you check with Kevin that you put the right pipe in. We've had folks try to save money or their contractor and they put the wrong pipe in.
This is what I did for 30 years.
Yeah, I know, but I've done this for 30 years and watched it continue to happen for 30 years.
Yeah. And honestly, I had problems with the original line that was put in, but.
There you go.
We'd also like to have tracer tape in it.
Yeah,
Do you want to trace on that too? Yeah, I don't think there was a trace on the original one.
It's okay.
That's okay.
yeah,
Okay, that's fine.
yeah, we didn't have that instituted in 97,
Right.
so. Okay, so I guess what the board is saying is, A, you will coordinate with Kevin.
Yes.
B, we will upgrade your bill to 1.33 ERUs. And we will put a note in your file that that number is good for seasonal use only.
Yeah.
If it changes, you'll have to come back to us at
Yes.
that point.
And Kevin will do the inspection.
Yeah, yeah.
Before he turns that section up.
And if for some reason you spin that off, it's gonna be one.
Yeah.
ERU.
Yeah. Understood.
Who updates the state inventory?
Kevin.
Kevin?
And we figured out how to do that.
Excellent. Questions? We all
No.
good?
So no forms, he doesn't fill out another set of forms. Why don't you sign an agreement with the one?
Yeah, just with the 1.33 would be good, and then we stick it in the.
I also want to add, thank you for asking, John.
Well, it's always a question, but, I know since it's on the town side of the backflow prevention, I figured I really need to bring it up.
As well you should have, but others might not have been so altruistic.
And I will probably do this work myself.
Understood.
And I'll vouch for his qualifications. There you go.
All right, thank you,
Okay.
John.
Well,
Thanks,
thank you,
John.
guys. Take care.
Good night. All right, Matthew?
Matt is online.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm Matt's neighbor,
Okay.
here to listen more or less.
Okay, there you go.
Hi, good evening.
Matthew, we're all ears.
So, Lisa, I sent you, like 30 minutes ago, some marked up, like pictures essentially of the parcels, I should say. I don't know if you can share those. If not, I can try to share those and show them on the screen.
Just change all the settings.
Don't mess with the screen, we found that wrong.
Yeah.
It's not turned on.
Is that what it says?
I just tried and that's what it told me. Let me see. I don't have post, well, I gave the Outback the host capabilities.
Hilton Road East.
I'm worried that I claim that has capabilities. I can't use the speaker again.
So I can probably, sorry, I'm having a hard time understanding you guys there. I can probably share my screen if you want.
Go ahead and try it.
Okay.
You can share a attendee, yeah, on your,
Well, that was able to.
I thought only a host could.
All the settings changed after our Zoom bombing and nothing seems consistent. I mean,
Yeah, I'm sorry. It would take me a second to figure this out, but I don't know if did you see those in your email though?
Yep, I'm gonna try to share them.
Okay.
We've done it.
So
I
it'll
meant
let
to
the owl share.
send
So
it to
if I
you
took
guys
back
sooner.
those-
We just.
I could do it, but I'm nervous about the speaker.
Oh, wait a second. I can send a request to you to sharing for this meeting.
yeah.
I just
do that.
sent it. I just did that.
Okay, because it's not letting me open your files. This can't open
You
files.
should be all set.
Okay, hold on a second. I have to. I've got a lot of stuff open right now, so it's kind of one of those.
Yep.
How do we want to do this? Hold on a second.
It has made life easier, hasn't it? All that tech stuff.
Oh, yeah, great, yeah, sure.
Okay, hopefully I can do that one.
Surprised, Lisa, you can't open file?
No, it says can't open file.
It's weird. What kind of file is it?
I know, because I can see them, they're right there.
It's a PNG file. Okay, how do I? Oh, here we go. Okay, sorry. I figured it out. I'm sorry, guys. I don't do this all the time anymore.
Were you trying to get my?
Yeah, I'm set up with you.
Oh. Oh, well, I'm not. Well, no, I think I've heard you that. He's in.
Is he in?
Yeah.
All right,
No,
so,
you end the meeting?
All right,
Okay.
can you guys
There you
can you guys see it?
go.
Yeah.
I can see it.
All right, cool, great, okay. So maybe I see if I can make this bigger. Can you see that still?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right, sorry. So my property is 419 North End Road East. So I don't know if you can see me marking it up right here.
Yep.
Yep.
see a cursor.
Yeah, so this is my property. We just purchased it in May. Gary, my neighbor here, is right next door, so that would be his property. I don't actually remember the exact address.
401.
401. And then Our neighbor Jim here, who owns the private line, it's a 4-inch line coming in right now, currently has water service to this older house here, and I believe this house as well, but I'm not actually 100% positive if he has water service there. Gary, do you know? Does he have water there or not?
Yes, he does.
Okay. So then this branch line, which is like the smaller line I showed, kind of going to each house, he wouldn't need one for there. Which likely means that the distance is a little bit less than I have now. It's about, I measured it approximately using the parcel viewer as 370 feet. It's probably more like 350 at this point. So we'd be looking to extend the main line there, that main private line, from Jim's house there, Jim Richards' house there, to Leon's camp here. Gary, do you know the address there?
I don't, that's Leon and Ann Bartholomew.
Yeah, I don't know there.
Oh, you can see the cursor where you are.
Yeah, yeah,
Each
Sure.
lot's 100 feet, so.
yeah.
So, and then the other guy, people across the street here are also potentially interested. So we'd be adding four new services. I was also hoping to get service across the street, either a separate curb stop, or it could be on the same curb stop as my house here. And I'll just we just run another, a line and have it teed in essentially. But I'd like to have water in the backyard there, and go into that shed. So anyways, we'd be looking potentially to establish up to 5 new connections off that new main line there. It's
You're gonna put the main line, the 4-inch in.
Well, and that's the discussion actually, because Gary and I were talking, and I actually spoke to Mike Scandori yesterday, and like we're under the impression that a 2-inch line could be used for this because it could do 10 units or less, and we're at 5, and it's highly unlikely that we ever get to 10 there, even with the new zoning rules, the new ADU rules, and so on and so forth. It's just not highly likely. Even if we did that, even if everyone got an ADU here someday, we would still be under 10. So
And how many feet of new shared line?
about right now it says 370 feet, but I think it'd be closer to like 350 because I extended it a little farther than it probably needed to go. So yeah, Mike was pretty confident when I spoke with him on the phone yesterday that we could do a 2-inch line there. What else? What
Yeah,
else is
I think Mike talked to Kevin about that also. I think Kevin looked at that as a 2-inch line too.
Yeah, and I spoke with Kevin briefly as well on the phone. Not too long ago.
So is this something you would like the town to take over in the future?
No, I don't think any of us actually care about that. Nobody really minds if we own it as a private line, essentially. Because we're going to be paying for it all. You know what I mean? In terms of.
Oh, well, here's the thing. And you collectively should consider this.
Yeah.
As lines get old and things happen,
Yeah.
there's repairs.
Yep.
So you do have the ability for the town to take it over.
Okay, and then I mean, I think we would be on board with that, but we also, if the town doesn't want to, we're not going to try to force the town to do that.
No, there are some requirements, and one of them is you gotta have a 4-inch main pipe.
Okay.
You gotta have
Yeah.
4 or 5 members on the line. I forget which, but it looks like you have that. So I would have the conversation of, do you want to spend the extra money to have a 4-inch and look at giving it over to us? I think what would be helpful is if we send you the package so
Yeah.
that you can look at it of what the requirements are.
Sure.
On top of that, I think you're still gonna need an engineer to draw out to be able to provide us with some sort of map,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah,
Yes, you do.
still
Uh,
gonna have to meet our specs for the
yeah.
pipe and the connections and everything.
So have you
Sure.
spoke to an engineer?
I'm actually a developer by trade, so I mean, I have other engineers, but again, I was speaking with Mike and a lot of us were talking about it, and we didn't think, given the size of this, that it would really necessitate having an engineer, you know,
Yeah, we're gonna want an engineer to look
Yeah.
at it and, you know, on top of that, where do we need a blow off in there? Cause we're gonna need that somewhere.
sure,
And there's a few other things. There's a couple gentlemen in town that I don't think they're gonna charge you a lot of money for what you
Yeah.
need to
sure,
do there. And on top of that, you just want it done right, the first time.
sure,
And if it gets to the point you want to give it to us afterwards, we need that map on
Right.
top of it.
right. So in
which
order
is-
to, right, so no matter what, you think we're gonna need an engineer, and we would also need a 4-inch line to have the town essentially take over repairs in the future.
Yeah, if I was in your neighborhood and I live in a neighborhood like that, we put in a 4-inch line.
Yeah,
Did we need it? Did we need one? Probably not all the way to the end, like you said.
Right.
But, you know, the other aspect of having a 4-inch line there. And if the engineer looks at it and our water plant operator looks at it, and we put a blow off at the end down there.
sure, yep,
And now one of those houses catch on fire, the fire department now has the ability to set up a pond down there with
Yeah.
a 4-inch line feeding it.
that's fair enough, yep, yep. Okay, I think those are some things we can talk with Mike about and potentially a different contractor. As far as, I guess, what's the other question? Oh, there's one other house. Well, technically it's 2 parcels there. Mike, I don't know Mike's last name. All the way at the end.
Yeah, I just spoke with him today, Matt. He's not interested.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. Okay, so would the town be okay with us not going to the end of that road then, if he doesn't want to buy into this?
I think it's gonna be whatever you guys collectively decide to do.
Okay. Okay,
Would be, that'd be my thought.
Yeah.
I would try to encourage Mike to hook on, or to at least, I'm happy to call Mike too. For
Yeah.
you,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, it's sort of great to have water in there,
Mhm.
versus whatever he has. What does he have now? He
we
has-
all currently have, all of our water currently comes from the lake.
Ooh,
So
yeah,
every
yeah.
single one of us after Jim's house here, the new house he built there, every single one of these houses is on town or on lake water, except for these guys have a well, but apparently they have, what is it, what is it, Gary, they have got phosphorus or something from their well?
Wicked sulfur.
Yeah,
Sulfur, okay.
yeah,
Um,
been there.
Yeah,
Are we gonna need an easement for this? I mean,
Yeah, that package, will show you a lot of the stuff that,
So-
an engineer will help, because you're also gonna need easements.
So we have, and that's a good question, because we have technically in all of our deeds, there's actually an easement over on this road here. Right?
But we're
For-
also being,
For utilities and stuff, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think it's already in all of the deeds. But you know, be that as it may, I mean, it's pretty easy to get easements, but I don't know if it's actually necessary based on the way the deeds are written.
but then what would probably be appropriate when the engineer draws it out,
Yeah,
that there's a note there that states that all the properties have this easement, and if it's the same wording, it can probably be put out to the
Yeah.
side and then just list the properties
yep, Yeah.
there would be my thought.
Yep, that's easy. Just easements by deed essentially, and then list the parcels or the addresses. Yep, that would be easy enough. Okay.
Now, before, and then on top of that, we have a contract with the town to fill out. So there is a hook-on fee.
Sure, of course.
Per house.
Yep.
There is all the requirements of what the pipe's gotta look like going to the houses.
Right.
And you heard me tell that other gentleman, you know, don't end up, somebody decided they were gonna put this pipe in because it's good, and we ain't gonna worry because it meets this PSI. It's gotta meet the PSI that we have in the document.
Right.
So
That's
that's another reason to have an engineer drawing it out
Yep.
versus just, you know, having somebody put it in.
Yep. Okay, not really sure of any other things. Even if Mike at the end of the road there doesn't want to connect, I assume in the future he could probably just run a smaller line to his house, honestly, from the end there, if he wants to pay for that. So,
Yeah, well, how are you, this is just a personal. How are you, splitting up the cost? Is it just, there's 5 into the box that costs 100 or?
I think in theory, whatever the cost is, I mean, we haven't really talked about that yet. And Gary and I have been kind of spearheading this, but I personally think we should probably split it 5 ways, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, it's kind of, I understand some people might want to do it based on how many linear feet of line they're getting, but I don't know. We haven't
I
actually.
like 5-way, but that's personal.
Yeah.
And that might help you get Mike on board.
Yeah.
As I went to 6-way. What's that?
You need to call me in, not Mike.
In any event, let's get it packaged.
Get to the decision maker.
Yeah, well, but yeah, so, we can provide you with some names of, some engineers.
Yeah, if you got some engineers in town already that work with you guys, that's fine, because my guy is down here in South Burlington, so who knows how busy he would be getting up there and so on and so forth. I mean, truth be told, I don't even know if this is a possibility, but if I can get everybody on board and we can get all the necessary permits and everything, engineer design, I would like to get this done this year possibly. But I don't know, I don't know how fast we can move on that.
I would say your feet would be running pretty fast.
Yeah.
Winter shows up sooner than you think, and
Oh, yeah, believe me, and I'm in the business. I understand that. Although they are pushing back sooner, it's pushing back farther. Okay, all right. I mean, as far as filling out and getting all the paperwork and the engineer stuff, I mean, assuming we could line up a contractor to do it, is there any reason from the town's perspective we couldn't do it this year? Would we have to come back before the water board, or could you guys approve it?
No, we would have to see the engineer stuff.
Yep.
And bring it in front of the board, have a meeting on it. Our water plant operator would also have to look at it, sign off on it. And at that point, any corrections we may need, and that would probably be it. And that's why it would probably behoove you, and Lisa can probably supply you with a couple names of the latest ones that have done jobs up here.
Yeah.
Of those that have worked in the community and know exactly what we're looking for.
Sure. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
probably
The approved contractors or engineers?
We can give you approved contractor list
Yeah.
too. but I was referring to engineers. We don't
Yes.
have an approved list for the engineers.
Sure.
But it's just, my thought is if they've worked here before, they know what hoop to,
Yep.
you know, to go through to make
Yep.
it easier. cheaper.
Totally on board with that. So I don't know how fast we could get them moving, but the next meeting's like a month from now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
When we could then do the allocation letter, which you need before you could do anything else.
Yeah, that's, no. They don't need allocation letters. That's only for, septic. Right?
We have to say we have
Capacity.
capacity at the plant to feed
Capacity.
them.
Do we? Yeah, I guess we do.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, the group brings up another thing, well, you know, you'll need allocation letters too, which the engineer usually asks for those. And their SOP, it'll just be a request to the
Yeah.
board and, I'll sign off on it. It's that simple.
Okay.
So to keep the thing going, this is what I would recommend if you're really trying to keep it going. You
Yeah.
pick up an engineer,
Yep.
start the process. You and the engineer meet with Kevin,
Yep.
and then Kevin can keep you on the correct path so
Yep.
that possibly at the next meeting, you might be close to being able to pull the plug on, getting the board to sign off.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Does that sound?
Yep,
Yeah.
get an application in.
So
Very good.
just a question before, for the board, coming from Kevin and Mike Scandori. Right now, because we're so close to the water plant, there's a shock block at the end of that 4-inch line.
Yes.
And if we were to be able to use a 2-inch line, my understanding is we wouldn't necessarily have to move that shock block. Which would
See-
really reduce the cost.
See, I don't know the answer, and that's where the engineer's gonna come in to play on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you guys mentioned easements, you're talking about easements for the new line
Yes,
for the town?
Not for the town, just to prove that all the property owners have an easement to cross their property with.
Okay, so the previous, the private line that's there now, this would still be, at least in the near term, a private line. I would have no idea if they have easements or
okay,
anything else.
okay, that actually brings up another question. Who owns the line you're hooking onto?
Yeah, good question. Jim Richards owns it, and I actually have him and I are chatted in person, and he sent me a text message. I can share the image if you want. But he's basically like totally on board with us joining his line. He's excited about it because I think he also would like if the town took ownership eventually, because it means less currently he's the one that would have to pay to maintain this line, the existing line.
Is it just him on that line
I
all
don't
the way back to the town?
I
No,
don't
it's
know. Do you, Gary?
1, 2, 3, 4, I think there's 4 places that are on town water.
Yeah.
Joanne Wallace is one. Mary Jane Golf Worsing, both sides of the street are on town water. And then Jim and Helen are on town water, so.
So if that's a private line, you said, is there anything that can get in the way? That would be it. We'd have to have permission,
Right.
from. Is it one person that owns the line, or is it
That's-
6 of them that own the line?
No, it's Jim. Jim put the line in for his mother. It was used to be his mother's house or camp. And they were having problems with their well or whatever, a while ago. And so they paid to put that whole line in themselves. And then I think other people connected as, but he is the owner of the line.
So that would be, another document. That would be a legal document that, you guys would need.
Right.
to hold on to that.
I think we could look at our, yes, to be able to join his line, we need him to give official approval. That makes sense. But I think our deeds, I think we could all actually look at our deeds, and I know specifically in the deeds, it talks about the utilities over the road and so on and so forth. So,
From way up.
This will all be included in the application packet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not here to do his engineering.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
All right. Are we good, Matt?
I think so. I think I got everything here. We'll get an engineer, meet with Kevin, and probably the legal document is probably the real thing we're gonna need to get going here.
Okay,
Thank you.
other questions? Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, it's good. Good too.
Thanks, folks.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Coming.
SOS report, DBP plan
Thanks, Matt.
See ya.
update. Do we have an update?
The results were about what we figured from rerouting.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's gonna go back the other way and retest before next month when we have our official test.
Okay. What do we do with the new blow off location at the fire station?
It's the new blow off location or the new blow off?
It says blow off
No, it's
Oh,
blow off
locating.
blow off that was supposed to be installed at the courthouse and they couldn't install it
Right,
because
it's,
it's the lead.
it's the blow off itself that's being stored there.
Yes. So Kevin's wondering if you want it at the new fire station. Proposed fire
We
station.
might, that way we could just leave it right where it is.
It's just sitting outside. He was wondering what to do with it.
I would say we would certainly, presuming the new fire station goes through, I'm presuming that they would want that there. We would want that there.
So I have him check with Captain Murdoch and see if it's okay if we drop it there for him. Does that seem?
Well, we'll probably need to wait until the vote next week, right?
Yeah,
See whether the fire station's actually gonna go through or not.
Well, we still gotta drop it somewhere.
Well, yeah, I guess.
well, it's already there, isn't it?
Where is it now?
It's there.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah.
It's at the
Oh.
fire. It's just not installed. It's just laying there or in a box or whatever.
Consider it dropped.
So in answer to his question, what to do with that? Nothing.
Just
So
let.
sleeping dog lie.
Yeah, all right. Water credit supervisor report.
Yep, we have a delinquent amount of 10,920.37.
Okay, is that,
That's normal and shut-offs will start in October. For anybody who doesn't pay
so
2 or more outstanding.
And
payments.
how many accounts does that represent?
Oh,
You're not,
outside of the board?
yeah. Okay,
I'd say from the numbers.
just one.
Yes, I think,
That would be my guess.
yeah,
Okay,
actually,
that's fine.
probably about 20.
20ish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they usually, it starts filling in.
It starts to.
Yeah. All right,
I have one question.
yes,
For the credit supervisor, maybe for everybody. So in the first discussion about Buckhead Lane, somebody said Vladimir Smirnov has water from his neighbor.
I missed that.
Is that the user that should be on their own line or are they?
What
some
did,
situation?
I'm sorry, what did they say? Who said?
They said that one of the residents, I guess, of the street. He said, oh, don't worry about it. Vladimir Smirnov has water from his neighbor.
Water from his neighbor. Hmm. All right,
We don't know who the neighbor is, what the neighbor has as a source of water.
I'll ask Kevin about it.
yeah, let's ask
Could be
him.
well.
Yep.
But
Right.
could be something else.
Okay. Good point. All right. And board discussion action items, fall work projects. We're sort of in the middle of all that, aren't we, Andy? Anything else for fall works? except for the DBPs, we're still trying to work through that. Water storage tank project timeline discussion. Andy?
Okay, the overall schedule has not been updated since last month, so that's still what we're going with. In the packet is they do this and update it every week, a 3-week look ahead schedule. This was actually, the one in the packet was from last week, late this afternoon, I sent out a new one. I'll have a chance to look at it, but just, it spells out what's planned on site for the next 3 weeks. But end of the day, progress is good, because I've been sending some photos. All the concrete work for the new tank is complete. Foundation for the pump building is complete. This week, in fact, I started today on the framing for the pump building. Aquastore will be in next week to start erecting the tank. They expect to have that completed in about 2 weeks. So everything is moving along nicely. And then the last major piece is the new water line out to the road. Don't have a definite schedule, but everybody knows it has to be done so we can have water to test the tank. So next couple of weeks, they'll be working on that.
New water would be handy.
Yeah, it would. Yep. Absolutely.
All right, 2 questions.
Yep.
The change order 1, change order 2, without me going off
Yeah.
through it, give me the quick skinny.
Change order 1, I don't have it. I don't know why I didn't end up with an executed copy, but that was actually a credit. Because it was like $400, as I recall, because the state is letting us letting the contractor tie into their electrical service without end of the day.
All right,
Change order number 2 actually consists of 4 pieces. All requests, well, 3 of the requests basically were from Kevin, the additional flow monitoring. The issue there was, where do you add the chlorine, going into the tank or coming out? And end of the day, Kevin wanted the option to go either way, so we'll have to add a second pump. And that's basically what that is. He wanted to be able to sample inside the pump station. That was not in the original design. That involves installation of a new 1-inch water line into the building up through the slab, of course, the plumbing on the inside. The gate change, I think we discussed before, the state of Vermont wanted to move the gate in about 25 feet from the road, and they want a 20-foot gate as opposed to the 15-foot gate, which was on the plans. And I will point out that their existing gate is 24 feet, so I don't think the 15-foot gate would have worked anyway, so we're gonna have to do something different. And again, they've been very, very accommodating to us as well as Public Works, so I thought that was a reasonable request. And the last item is similar to what we did on the water plant a few years ago, rather than having gypsum wallboard on the interior, we're gonna have that PVC material, make the maintenance a lot easier.
all right, and is there a budget for that change
Yes,
order?
$19,261, all 4 of those items.
Okay. Questions from the board? All right, and then the rest of this stuff, are these specific ones you want to talk on?
No,
Then the one I have,
we want to talk about the potential aeration system.
that's the one I
Yeah.
have. Yeah, go ahead and,
Okay, so I think I had Lisa include a couple of catalog cuts. Of what the aeration, it's a aeration system that drops in through the top of the tank and a blower that sits on top of the tank. I have an updated proposal. I didn't send that because it was like 15 pages of terms and conditions. But the bottom line is, the updated budget, I think, is around $110,000. And that's actually installed. The vendor would come in and install it. Everything that would need to be done to the tank in order to accommodate this system is being done. There needs to be some hooks on the underside of the dome, because this gets suspended. There needs to be a place to put the blower on top of the tank. That's all been taken into account. So the bottom line, should we decide that we want to go ahead with this, it's kind of a turnkey operation around 110,000 right now. I mean, a year
Yep,
from
so
now,
110 to.
to, yeah.
And they don't have to drain the tank or anything. They just come in and.
I think they do not have to drain the tank.
That's,
They do not, as I've
Yeah,
been told.
yeah.
so that's a good thing. So my thought, unless you guys think differently, is to just continue the way we're going,
Yes.
make sure that it is
Yeah.
prepped and ready
Yep.
to go. The other thing I asked, I think it was Kevin, information on, do we have an operator in Vermont that's used this and can they tell us if it works? And the answer I got back was, no, we don't.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So it would be good to know if it works.
Before we spend $100,000, yeah, it might be nice.
Yeah.
It's a basic air stripper and they're used everywhere for many different uses.
I would imagine if we went to Aquastore, they could give us a whole long list too.
Yeah.
Because they knew exactly how to accommodate it.
Yeah, this is a real common application.
Yeah.
That we should do that to plan ahead. So what we would like to know is, unless I misunderstood what you guys were saying, if we're getting a result of X right now, show me some scenarios where another community was getting X, they put this in, and now they got X minus this percentage.
Yeah.
And that's what we're gonna need eventually.
Well, I went to their website and that kind of information is there, I guess, in general terms. I don't know if it was, I don't remember that it was specific customers that used it, but we certainly could get that information.
Right.
But I did notice in their, because I went there too.
Yeah,
In their website, they do say this specifically will handle THMs.
Right.
Which is. our
and it's
biggest issue.
significantly reduced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so. Does that put us down to phase 2? Or you got
I
something?
think, well, the MP, the monthly report, the USDA was included. That's kind of an overall summary. Yeah, I think before we leave this. Later on, just wanted to confirm, Lisa, that we are all set to start drawing money against the state revolving fund loan anytime. I think there's one piece of paperwork left, or is that right? In order for us to start drawing against the loan?
Yeah, we got the spreadsheet, so.
Yeah,
we've got-
so I guess the question is, do we want to start and how much?
Well,
All three or four of the Negley and Chase invoices have been approved by the state, so we theoretically could borrow up to the total amount of those invoices. We can borrow up to $1.8 million.
Yeah, but you can't unborrow it.
Well, we can't, so we
So-
can't borrow the full amount because,
No, we other funding sources, but
correct, we can only borrow what's not gonna be
yeah.
reimbursed through the grants. Can't double
So,
dip.
I mean, the question is, how much, do we want to borrow everything except for, what we get for outside funding? Or is there a limit to what we want to borrow?
well,
We don't have to decide that tonight. It's just something we need to think about.
yeah, and I think we need to have that conversation soon, because and remind me, is that money is just good for
For the
that
tank.
project?
Just for the tank.
It's not good for the
No, which is not to say we won't get approval for a loan on that project. I think that's in the works, but this particular one is just for the tank.
So, and what do you mean it's in the works?
Well, it's been requested, right, Lisa? Yeah. Just say, I mean, same process as we did on the tanks.
Aldrich Tonelli applied for the engineering portion.
Yeah, we'll be discussing that at the 90% meeting.
Right, so.
Yeah, I don't see any more of that. The revolving loan fund. I don't think we. Alright, okay.
So, do you want to start?
Yeah, I guess that's the question. I mean, we
Well,
can start as
so
soon as.
so the question is, do we have to at this?
It's the last place you wanna go, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how much is these two bills? Ballpark.
Well, it's on the. So we've spent 453,000.
That's just on negligent
That's
chase.
just on negligence.
Yeah, so, yeah, 452 to date, but we're being reimbursed for some of that already, right? Between. CRRP
Right, 20%.
and Northern Borders.
Northern Borders is all phase two.
Oh, that's right, yeah,
The USDA loan is gonna pay, it's all on construction. So
right.
$500,000 is gonna come from USDA. But you're right, we've already.
So we've got $900,000 roughly of outside funding. So that leaves 900,000 of our dollars to spend. The question is, how much of that do we want to borrow? And these are, again, ballpark numbers.
So out of our 1 point, what's our total grant? 1 point something?
Well, CRRP is 20% of.
It's like
work.
four something.
Yeah, for something,
400,000.
and then 500,000 from USDA. So 900.
And we do have to,
No,
You-
how about the other one?
it's not for the tank,
It's not for the, and how much is,
just for the,
how much is that one?
$1 million
That's $1 million.
for just phase two. But we have to use all of our other funds before we can get the USDA $500,000. So we have to use the revolving fund money or our reserves before we can get the 500,000 from.
But USDA doesn't really care whether it's our own funding or money
Correct.
we borrowed, so.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes,
either way, it's our funding.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Alright, and when do they need money?
Ooh,
Negli and Chase.
we pay them.
well, we've been paying them monthly.
Next
once,
time,
yeah.
Okay, so we've been paying them out of
Yeah,
the.
oh, yeah, out of our,
Reserve.
yeah,
Alright, and we got,
Where does that stand now? What we got left on reserves, you know?
No, it's a little.
That's not invested?
Right.
Yeah.
Liquid.
There's a big check that was in today's. Yeah.
Yep. $476,000.
you know, I think we should have like just a special meeting just on funds.
Mhm.
Probably in the next 10 days or
Right.
so.
I think
to
that's a
sit
great
down
idea.
And get a handle
Yep,
on all that.
yep, that's a great idea.
Can, I get.
And I think I'd like to have Peter involved with that if,
Yeah,
yeah, so, yep.
so I'm
I
gonna
agree.
get together with Lisa
Yeah.
and we'll come up with some dates, send them
Yep,
out
I
to you
think that's
guys.
a great idea to
okay?
kind of get into the detail of where we are right
I,
now.
I think the only thing I would have to add to this as town clerk, because the finances are well in hand, is the reminder that the bond vote was for the water storage tank.
Only, yeah. In our loan, it's only for that as well, so, yeah. So right now, I guess we're just talking about funding on the water storage tank.
So if you want to borrow for the next phase,
That's, yeah,
Yeah.
that's different.
separate.
Understood, yeah.
So, yeah, so we'll put a short agenda together and try to
Yep.
get that out, so.
Good.
All right,
We'll have to warn that too, how long.
yes. Yeah, it'll be a
Special
warrant
meeting
meeting.
for 24 hours.
24 hours.
All right, is that it?
That's all I have, yeah.
Okay. Brian, you're up to bat.
Not much going on. Finally, we have some action on the easements, but nothing's been resolved. On the easements, and on the 25th, we have the 90% review meeting. And under that, things been kind of quiet. Hopefully, that's because they're busily drawing things and making things work. My biggest concern is that this unexpected thing with the easements, how long it's gonna take and what it's gonna cost.
So, Mike has got all the information, he's working on it, he and Nate are going back and forth, there was
Yeah.
another email today from Nate. One of the issues after talking with Mike on Friday is Hibbert Point, he's trying to figure out if he has to get easements from everybody, because that's leased land.
So,
Hibbert Point is all one big piece of property and people just own the structures, they don't own the land, so he doesn't know if we can get it from the association, I think it's a corporation, Hibbert Point Corporation, or if we need to get it from each individual property or owner.
That's not gonna be in our, that's not even within the scope of our work.
So that was Kevin's question, because we sent those letters out to those people and they're outside the scope of work, and 2 out of the 3 are very interested.
Up on Hibbert Point,
Yes.
but we won't be replacing that this year.
yeah, but we need to talk to him at the 90%
Yeah,
and put him back on the track on what we're doing.
right, what
because
we're
he's-
actually gonna do this year, let's finish up and get that going.
So it doesn't involve Hibbert Point. So Mike can back off on the Hibbert Point, because
Well, Hibbert Point's right here.
Right around the corner.
This side of Herod Circle.
And you go towards Joanne Tier and out through there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not coming that far.
No, we're
so
not,
I can tell Mike to not even bother.
we're not going that.
This
far.
isn't in the
He's trying
scope
to-
right now.
We're not, yeah, we're not even gonna go down past,
Okay, well, these were
the carry place.
the documents that he's going by. I mean, somebody dropped these off to me. These are all the easement and the,
When you do get there, if a corporation owns all the land, I would think that would the only entity you need to get about.
He's just.
People in structures, they can't say
Yeah,
anything about
okay,
the
I'll
land.
tell Mike not to worry about Hibbert Point.
yeah, and I don't know what the costs, you know, the wire it's gonna cost for this stuff, and why are we looking for easements for work that we're not gonna undergo?
Because of our engineer.
Yeah, I'll email them tomorrow about that.
All right. So otherwise, we're gonna have the meeting on the 25th. And,
Yeah.
that's about it.
your, I think,
And you'll have a pretty solid cost estimate at that point.
well, yeah.
I think,
we'll get
yeah.
for 90%.
Because, yeah, the reason I ask is we've gotta update the overall.
Not that many
numbers here at
variables
some
left.
point. Yeah,
Yeah,
So,
okay.
all right, discussion
Yeah,
of disbursement.
My bad, I didn't notice. We already did that.
Okay,
I'm sorry, the meeting's on the 25th at 11 here. I just need to reserve the space, so
yes, it is here. I think it's 10:30.
we have yoga till 10, so
Can't interrupt yoga.
can't.
Well, no,
can't-
but you could come in early to get prepared for your meeting. Go in the yoga class.
11 o'clock. on the
11
25th?
AM, Thursday, September 25th. At the town offices.
Gotcha,
Good.
okay.
Ooh, thank you, Brian. All right, commercial cannabis operation follow-up. Did we have
So-
any? follow-up?
I was gonna mail the letter today, because you just approved it last week,
I approved it.
so it can go out.
Okay.
We're waiting for them.
Yes, so no update.
Oh, yeah, once again, yeah, financial report CD Investments.
So Lisa and I restructured the CD investments basically to have one roll off every week. And restructure the size, so it was about, what we think our payments are to Midland and Chase. And it was $450,000. And then we'll see how it rolls off. I know we have payment terms that allow us to go out 30 days, but it made sense to not have two of them turning on the same day, just
Right.
spreading it out, laddering it out, which is a little good practice.
Yep.
Right.
Something that's been going fine.
Yeah, she missed. So we had it to go on the first, but that was a holiday, so I had to go on the second, but she missed it. And when I checked it, I was at training on Wednesday. When I checked it on Thursday, she forgot to do it, so she did it for Friday, so we're off a little bit on the one. Yeah. And the other one went today.
Okay. All right, questions there? Thank you guys on that. Budget memo, town boards. When is the deadline?
First meeting in November,
First meeting in November. Okay,
first select board meeting in November, which is the third.
so,
So I'll have information, a draft prior to the next meeting. And then we can go over it in the meeting. But, it's. The other day was a little bit early, so we're off a little bit.
Yep.
Yep.
And, but I'm looking at it, working with it.
good. So you'll drop a draft, so the meeting, we can have it at the meeting, okay. Water 26, 27,
That's just the worksheet,
okay.
the budget worksheet.
North Hero Water CD investment,
Yep, that's just the new schedule.
okay, good. October meeting.
It always falls on Columbus Day, Indigenous People Day, Columbus Day. Whatever you
We've
call it.
always gone ahead and had our
Everybody
meetings.
got ahead, but I always like to check
Yeah.
to make sure.
Anybody going anywhere? It's a long weekend and.
Hard to say. Not planning right now.
Then
Keep
Shit
it.
happens. Stuff
I
happens.
I guess we're good at this point.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Future agenda items. So, what have we got? I guess we got, the cannabis is still in there.
The budget,
The budget is in there. It would be good to have some numbers on the aerator. Percentage wise, what we think it's gonna bring it down, the mix aerator, whatever it's called.
Okay.
Is that?
Yep.
Boy, I don't know if they can do that.
Yeah, I mean, all I can point to is what I get from their website.
They can only, that would have to be calculated.
Yeah,
At the
that's-
state of the water.
It's all gonna be
We don't know
specific to
what
what
that
our,
would be.
right,
I don't know what they're starting with yet.
yeah, but
Right, because we don't know what the water's gonna turn into there.
Right.
That's why I think it's wise not to jump the gun on it. And let's get everything up and running and
see where we're at.
see where we're at.
Yeah.
Wait till we have a problem before we solve it.
Well, we have the
Somewhere between
problem,
20 and 70% though.
we have the problem now.
Well, ish. We kind of have the problem.
So I'd like to know if it's that kind, what, if you're at this point, whatever. Are they saying 5%, 10%, or just better?
I don't think they're gonna say anything, quite frankly.
No,
Then the next question is, give us a customer that you sold this to that has a similar tank capacities so that we can talk to them to see what they got out of it. But I don't want to just go buy one of these
Oh, of course
things
not.
and say we bought it. Right?
but I'm just saying we're a ways away from even making the decision whether or not to buy one.
Correct.
Yeah.
And let's wait and see if we have a DVP problem at all.
Yeah,
With the new water. It may be that we're blowing enough new water down there that we won't have a DVP problem.
exactly.
We don't know yet. And if we do have one, then the state will help us finding an engineering solution for it.
Well, state will.
Well,
They will, the water
Ray's
supply
been
division will
working
help
with
you.
Kevin on this.
All right, other future agenda, let's look back through, the typical stuff, probably North End Road East is probably gonna be on there somewhere, I would think.
Yeah,
He wants to get back here.
yeah.
Water storage tank project, so we still have the, water storage tank process.
Yep.
And there will be in there the phase two, there'll be an update, from Brian on that. And, there will be the budget we talked about from Frank. Okay, anything else? All right, proposed, executive session.
And we do have Lane, he's still there, Lane, he's still there, is he there? Yep.
Yep.
I'm
here.
There he is. And he, also, if you wanna go into executive session.
Yeah. Yep. So, I'm gonna need, if somebody wants.
Okay. Per one VSA 313, premature general public knowledge would clearly place Simon Operating Services, Inc. and the town of North Hero at a substantial disadvantage in contract negotiations.
That would be the reason we're going into executive session. Can I have a second? on
Second
that?
on it.
Discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Okay,
Any
so,
nays?
per VSA 313, make a motion to enter executive session for contract negotiations to Simon Operating Services.
Second.
I hear second. Any, negotiate?
And I would, in addition to the board, I would invite Lisa and Corinne to participate,
And, Lane.
and Lane, of course.
Okay. Any more discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? No nays. Okay, so we're going
Shut off
to
recording.
executive session at 7:27. Eleven. So we're out of executive session at 8:11. And action taken, a motion.
I'll make a motion that we accept SOS's July 24th proposal for water services.
Second that.
Discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, any nays? Okay, if you would,
Let him know,
yeah,
you got it.
a motion to go home.
I move to adjourn.
Second, third, fourth, fifth.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? No nays? And how do we shut it off?
These sheets here, you probably want to shred. Those are his spreadsheet. You might want to shred those.
Yes.
Or keep one master, wherever you know, want.
Won't be
You want one